we're about midway through IMS today, and we're now joined by Stevie Johnson, who's been chair for the day. And Stevie, what has been your highlight of the show so far?
There have been lots of highlights so far. I should probably say the panel that I was on, which is all around the role of AI in the creator economy, but I've got to say Rob Mayhew's keynote was a real highlight. I'm a big fan of his, and I managed to actually get on stage at the end and do the Q&A with him. It's almost like I was having my own chat show with him, so that for me has been the highlight.
Great. Yeah, I saw your panel in the morning, and that was really excellent too, I thought. And I'm wondering how your first-hand experience of influencer marketing from the influencer side of things informs the work you now do at Disrupt.
It's a really interesting question, one I get asked quite a lot. I think initially what attracted brands to my knowledge was I could look at things from an influencer's perspective. I knew what influencers wanted to see in creative briefs, what type of content that they would want to create that would resonate with their audience, rather than coming at it from a brand or an agency side whereby you're putting briefs together, because you need a campaign to happen, really. So I had that kind of slight intel, I guess, which put me ahead of my game, really, back when the creator economy was first really exploding. And then over time, just, I guess, honing that to the trends that we see today and keeping abreast of some of the content creation myself, which has maybe dropped off a little bit, but no, still loving the work that I do.
Awesome. And in terms of influencer channels right now, with a slightly rocky economic climate with the cost of living crisis, obviously brands are tightening their belts. You're seeing cuts being made all over the place. How do you think this will affect brands' influencer channels?
I think it will have an effect, but not as much of an effect as we might think and how it might have done a few years ago. I think COVID's a really interesting starting point for this discussion, because the first thing that brands cut spend on during COVID was marketing, and in particular digital and influencer. So very quickly brands realized that the way to get through to that audience still whilst everyone was staying at home was through trusted voices online and by using influencers. So I think now with the economic crisis that we kind of find ourselves in, brands are going to be thinking twice about cutting influencer from that. There probably will be a few different setbacks, but I think ultimately the industry should continue to grow, maybe slow down on its growth a little bit, but I think brands are still going to be putting money into that channel.
Amazing. And finally, this time next year, what do you think the hottest trend in influencer marketing space will be?
Again, really, really good question. I would love to say that I think the hottest trend is going to be all around live shopping. I was saying it when we set up our trends for this year, for 2022. Live shopping we're probably still too far away from, we're a year away from. So when we're starting our trends for 2023, I still believe it's going to be right at the forefront. So I'm hopeful that when we're all here together this time next year, there'll be lots of discussion all around that and how brands can start utilizing that as a channel.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stevie. Thanks.